Okay, so
Welcome to Whiskey Vault.
I'm Daniel.
I am Rex. That is a Glenmorangie.
Yeah, and I bought it.
Oh, you brought this.
I bought it.
Did you cut the line?
Nope. I bought it and I stuck it on the shelf. This came out like a year ago.
Okay.
And we never reviewed it.
Okay.
Because I bought it and I was like, we need to do this one. This is weird. And I put it on the shelf.
I'll be real honest. I kind of would have preferred that you jump the line
Yeah.
so I could hassle you for the rest of the episode.
Oh.
But you didn't jump the line.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
So, you know Takai, remember?
Yeah, it's the, is it ice wine?
Yeah, it's a Hungarian ice wine.
Yeah.
So and basically,
Hungarian
it's
ice
Hungarian. I mean, anybody can make ice wine, but
Sure.
Takai is Hungarian.
Okay.
And it's basically when there's an early freeze, and it freezes the grapes on the vine.
Yep.
But, so the weather conditions have to be perfect for Takai, so it doesn't happen every single year.
Concentrates the sweetness.
I was looking forward to this one because it's like, oh, it's Glenmorangie finished in Takai barrels.
Okay.
Ice wine barrels, right?
Yes, but you're setting this up
But-
yeah, for the butt.
I went and looked it up, and everything that I read
Yeah.
says it's overly sweet and boring and made for cocktails.
But it says cake.
Yeah, it's...
You have to be
And the
expecting
storyline
sweetness.
is Bill Lumsden, who blended this, likes cake. He's a cake guy.
Okay.
And so he made a cake whiskey. And everybody I've read who talks about it is like, this is a cocktail whiskey. They sort of like put together a story of a pineapple upside down cake.
Oh, I love pineapple
Yeah.
upside down cake. I'm
So,
not a cake
yeah.
guy, but even I like pineapple. I kind of like the nose.
Yeah.
You said pineapple upside down cake.
It's way more musty than I thought it would be. I thought it would just be pure sugar.
What was that? You say pineapple upside down cake. I put my nose in this thing.
And it's bready.
And I'll be damned if there's not a little bit.
Pineapple.
I love pineapple upside down cake.
I could get that like densely sweet pound cakey note.
Yeah.
Right?
Like really sweet, syrupy, moist. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Like I see Glenmorangie, I'm expecting, sweetness. Maybe this is more than what I'm expecting on the taste, but on the nose, I was like, this is fine.
I'm trying to find something other than that, but it's just really sugared, sweet pound cake, pineapple, and
apricots.
And there's a little, apricots. There's a little bit of that malty. There's a musty malt note that I wasn't expecting.
Yeah, it's like a dried apricot.
Yeah, and adds a little bit of depth to it. It's actually better than I thought it would be from reading things.
From the nose. Now we're gonna mouth it.
There's where it's simple. Sort of went flat.
It is one note, but I don't hate the note. It is a sweet note.
Yeah, it's very sweet, and it is. Are you not getting that little bit of flatness?
It finishes very
Clingy.
clingy sweet. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's where the sweetness kind of loses me.
So to me, this palate is just sort of going, like,
Well, but but that sweet note, it's just clinging on for dear life. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like I just like the taste on your tongue after you've had a bite of cake. You still have like the icing and the
it's all lingering.
Yeah.
Well, or like drinking Takai, which strangely I've had a lot of. It's not something I would have imagined I'd be saying about myself, but I've had a lot of Takai in my life. I know the variations of Takai. I've had box sets with 5 versions of Takai with age statements.
This is where you went wrong. You try to keep up with my dad's things.
Yeah.
Just give it 6 to 8 weeks. Moving on to something else. You don't need to get deep down that trail. Okay, and then you go back to the nose. I finally find a little bit of that oak note.
Yeah.
After you acclimate to sweetness.
But that was there for me the whole time. That was the mustiness that I couldn't, that was an outlier with the sugars. It's not bad. It's a little boring. And I can see why people are saying this is a cocktail mixer or a glass or rocks or a dessert whiskey.
Yeah, it's simple.
But, because it is simple, yeah.
It's simple, but if you're ready for something called cake.
Then sure, why not?
Yeah.
I mean, look, you knew what you were getting into. It's not like this is an Ardbeg, right? I mean, you walked up and you bought Glenmorangie, already a citrusy, nice, soft, honeyed malt, and it said cake on the bottle.
Yeah, and they even do like sprinkles and stuff.
Yeah.
And all right. I'm not reaching for. There's other Glenmorangies I'm reaching for before this.
Oh yeah, even just the generic original.
Right.
Like that's going to be superior.
So what people are saying about this is a cocktail.
It's boring. That's what they're saying.
Right.
It's boring, and the story
I'm trying to think.
is a bit contrived, but I disagree with the contrived because, like, what if you are motivated by really liking cake?
Yeah, I'm thinking of friends and family that just love cake and sweet.
I've got people
Like
sweet
candy
tooth.
and stuff like that?
I do not have a sweet tooth. I wonder if it's like blood type or DNA kind of level thing.
I think anybody that likes sweets is an NPC. They're not a real person.
No, that seems.
Yeah, probably from Vermont.
Yeah, yeah. Those Vermont people and all their corn syrup.
Yeah, that was the last episode.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Yeah, it's not as bad as I was prepared for based on what you're saying.
Oh yeah. The nose is better than I thought. The palate is about what I thought.
It's definitely sweeter than any other Glenmorangie that I've had.
Yes.
On the finish, it just keeps going on and clinging. I'm not a super big sweets guy. What cocktail do you think you would attempt to make with that, though?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, and the thing is, all the whiskey cocktails I can think of, there's only a few that involve Scotch, and you want the smoky Scotchiness, but not the sweetness. So maybe on the rocks, and it just becomes a light, refreshing, or maybe with a little bit of carbonated water, you know, Scotch and soda.
Okay, I'm reading now.
Okay.
It's Glenmorangie. I feel like there should be more things I have to say about Glenmorangie.
Yeah, but there's not,
Okay. We have Chajurkimans 5, 6, 4 or 5 words, numbers. Hey man, love your vids and still have a laugh every time I watch you guys. I have another technical but boring question. That's Daniel's love language.
Yeah.
You're right, technical but boring. And he's like, oh,
copy paste,
copy paste.
What is it?
If the hard cut is about 40% and the rest is redistilled, does that mean the hard cut from that new distillation is less than 40%?
Yes.
Yeah, so you're talking about taking the feints, the heads and the tails, combining them and redistilling that. You're not going to get another 40% out of it.
No, I mean, okay, so it might be close to 40% of the next distillation run, but it won't be the same volume.
Okay.
Right, so your percentage breakdown might be close, but your volume will be smaller, and your flavor profile will be very different. You might need to cut more narrow to avoid some of those low tails.
Aren't a lot of distilleries adding the feints back into stripping runs?
Yeah.
So they're not just distilling the feints by themselves?
Right.
So they're just pouring the feints back into stripping runs?
Yeah, but you have to be careful that it totally alters the flavor of the previous fermentations, and so it's everything is a mix in distillation between primary, highest possible quality and low waste and burning money.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, do we know how much everything in that pot still cost us?
Yeah.
Like, we're going to try to get everything we can out of it, but then there's a certain point where you cross a flavor line where it's like, there's not worth it.
Distilleries that we know that kind of have bragged about. Man, we get so much yield out of our distillation process.
Well, we can do that too.
Yeah, it's like
everybody can do that.
Yeah, we can tell.
Yeah, you can taste
Probably
it.
should have made narrower cuts.
Yeah, I think one of my proudest things that we've done at Crowded Barrel is we have always made really narrow cuts.
That's why we can't make any money.
Yeah.
That's fine.
But we've never, we've tried to solve the fact that we don't produce a lot in other ways with sourcing and things like that, as opposed to let's go eke a little more out of this still.
Yeah, no, it's without the people in the community kind of supporting that venture, there would be a lot more pressure to widen out those cuts.
Get more volume.
Yeah, the whole thing. Okay, we got Trailer Car Tech 4432. Best Texas Hill Country distilleries to visit. In addition to Crowded Barrel, that is.
Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch around us, but here's what I would say is go to
Texas Whiskey
Trail.org? .com. I can't remember which one it is, because TexasWhiskey.org is the association. But I think it's TexasWhiskeyTrail.com. Yeah. Anyway, just Google Texas Whiskey Trail, you'll find it. And that's all of the people who are members of the Texas Whiskey Association.
You can map out your route there.
Yeah, and they're all great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, here's to fighting, stealing, and drinking.
If you fight me, I fight for a friend.
Steal, may you steal your lover's heart.
And if you drink, may you drink with us.